Meet the world's largest gun ever created by man, the Gustav gun. Among the myriad war machines conceived by Germany during their ambitious World War II endeavors, the Gustav gun stands out as one of the most peculiar. First introduced in 1941, this colossal creation earned the title of the largest gun ever constructed. Welcome to Tech Evolution Center. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and keep that bell ringing so you don't miss out on our next unveiling of emerging technologies across the world. The concept of constructing a massive railway gun was not out of the box, having been previously employed by the Germans in World War I, with the deployment of various sizable railway guns, most notably the infamous Paris gun. However, what set apart the Gustav railway gun, also known as the Heavy Gustav, was its colossal proportions. It surpassed anything witnessed before. In anticipation of future conflicts, the German High Command tasked the armaments company, Krupp, with designing a gun capable of neutralizing forts along the Maginot Line in France. Importantly, this gun needed to have the capability to shell the forts while maintaining a safe distance beyond the reach of French artillery. Boasting an imposing concrete shattering barrel length of nearly 33 meters, a towering height of nearly 12 meters, and an astonishing weight exceeding 1,300 tons. Its primary function was to unleash massive artillery pieces at intervals ranging from 30 to 45 minutes, reaching distances of up to 47 kilometers. Theoretically designed for mobility, the Gustav gun drew inspiration from successful railguns of previous World War I, enabling it to traverse railway tracks to assail enemy targets. Its firepower was formidable, featuring 4.5-ton explosive rounds and 6.5-ton armor-piercing projectiles tailored to dismantle forts along the Maginot Line. The gun, due to its ginormous size, can only move vertically up and down, whereas turning it sideways would require constructing a rail track for the planned maneuver. Despite its grandiose design, the Gustav gun faced an ironic twist of fate. Conceived to confront the Maginot Line, the Germans opted to bypass it altogether. Completed too late for action on French soil, the Gustav gun found a role in the siege of Sevastopol against the Soviet Union between 1941 and 1942. This battle, however, highlighted the impracticality of Hitler's vision for the Gustav gun. To make the weapon operational, the German army had to transport it to Crimea via 25 trains. Subsequently, approximately 3,800 individuals spent about 4 weeks preparing the site, including digging an extensive 8-meter-long tunnel to shield the mechanized weapon between shots. Assembling the gun required another 1,150 engineers, scientists, and guards working continuously for 3 days to construct specially designed double rail tracks for movement. With all preparations in place, a crew of 250 soldiers and engineers stood ready to fire a single shot. However, this labor-intensive process proved inefficient, allowing the army to fire the weapon only about 14 times per day. After approximately 300 shots, the colossal barrel required replacement, necessitating yet another shipment from the Krupp German factory. Despite the monumental efforts involving thousands of tons of steel, countless man-hours, and millions of Reichsmarks, the Gustav gun, in the grand scheme, fired merely 48 shots. Consequently, this unique hybrid of a gun and a vehicle faced an early retirement, never returning to the battlefield after its trial run. While its sister gun Dora was deployed near Stalingrad, both guns saw no further action due to their immense size, making them vulnerable targets for enemy aircraft. Heavy Gustav was blown up by the U.S. Army on April 14, 1945, and its ruins were discovered southwest of Chemnitz in a forest. Dora met a similar fate, being blown up on April 19, 1945, with remnants scrapped in the 1950s in West Germany. Despite their colossal size and impact on the battlefield, the Heavy Gustav and Dora are often viewed as resource-intensive creations that had minimal influence. The Germans had even planned a more formidable version, the Langer Gustav, intended to target London with long-range rocket projectiles. but this was thwarted by the Royal Air Force bombing the gun plant at Essen, preventing its completion. The legacy of Heavy Gustav and Dora raises questions about their effectiveness in a war where such massive creations could easily become vulnerable to air attacks, utilizing significant resources for limited battlefield impact. Thank you for watching. What's your thought on these colossal machines that proves useless on the battlefield? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you next.